The group that you call the Brotherhood. If you hadn't been taken under their wing, where would you be today?
I'd probably be working in the union someplace, or maybe out of a job today. Okay. I mean, think about it. When I grew up and I looked at my friends, they didn't take advantage of this. I was sworn to secrecy, but when I tried to share this with some of my friends, they didn't understand that the simplicity was the magic. And so they didn't take advantage of it. They were virtually too brainwashed. Brian Tracy makes a great statement. He says, if you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to change things in your life. Yeah. And the first thing you have to change is the way you think. So if a person is out there and they don't have in their life what they want, they're going to have to change something. That's why I always say, if a guy is watching this right now and doesn't pick up the phone and get the Your Wish is Your Command program, they'll always be a loser. Now, if the guy's completely happy and goes, I don't need this because I have everything in my life I want, I applaud him. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the guy who's home miserable. He's in debt, has a crummy relationship or none, wants a new car, can't afford it, hates his job, hates his boss, hates where he lives, hates his life, and wants everything to change. Right? But isn't willing to do anything.
Okay, right.
Or change anything. See, if you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to change things in your life. There really, Skip, is no other program on the market, and there's no book that has the information in the Your Wish is Your Command program. Because nothing has ever been put together by somebody who has achieved success first.
What about, I'm thinking, there are selfish people who are going to want this. You know, I want more wealth. You know, and all the religions say, be careful of wealth. You know, I want this. How about that?
Profit's not a four-letter word.
That's right.
But rape is against the law. So there's nothing wrong. And people, you know, when I was in school, I went to a parochial school, and one of the sisters said to me, Mr. Trudeau, don't you know that money is the root of all evil? I said, you're misquoting the Bible, sister. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. And if money was so bad, why did Jesus need a treasurer working for him?
Did you get kicked out of school for that?
Yeah, I got kicked out of that class. I said, you know, scripturally, it doesn't say anything bad about money. It says, above all things, I want you to be prosperous and be in health, just as the soul prospers. So there's nothing wrong with being prosperous, but loving money and using people is bad. Loving money and using people. So yeah, greed is bad in that respect. But if you want to help your neighbor who has no heat because they can't afford it, if you're broke, what can you do for them? Maybe give them a blanket. But if you have an abundance, out of your abundance you can help people. So making money is not a problem. So if a person wants to make more money, there's nothing wrong with that. But making money at the expense of others, that's obviously problematic.
So this program you have really is for all aspects of life. I mean, let's say I've got enough money, but I'm not happy with something else. I could still take advantage of it.
Yeah, the idea is this. Your wish is your command. How to manifest your desires. That's the name of the program. Actually, part 2 is how anyone can make millions, the money-making secrets they don't want you to know about. But the first part is your wish is your command, how to manifest your desires. So the real thing is, what is your desire? And it doesn't have to be financial. But for most people, let's be honest, I want a nicer car. Right. You know, wouldn't it be great if I had a Ferrari? Wouldn't it be great if I had a nice boat? Wouldn't it be great if I took a vacation to Hawaii? Wouldn't it be great if I could quit my job and be financially independent? Wouldn't it be great if I could provide for my children's college education? Wouldn't it be great if I could get out of debt? Wouldn't it be great if I had some help around the house, maybe a maid once a week? Or wouldn't it be great to go out to some nicer restaurants? Or, you know, I wrote the book Natural Cures they don't want you to know about. Wouldn't it be great that we had the money to do all the things in the Natural Cures book to keep our health? You know, so we didn't have to be, you know, a slave to the drug industry. So whatever a person's desires are, I believe they can have, be, or do whatever they want. I believe they can have Aladdin's lamp and have a genie that they can give a command to. What this program does, when a person listens to it, I give them the specific knowledge and the secrets that have been held back by the privileged elite class for centuries, that have never been revealed. Napoleon Hill tried to do it, and Henry Ford stopped it. I'm doing it now, and I've already gotten threats. I mean, in the worst ways. I explain a little bit. When people get it, I'll explain. But what I'm doing is very revolutionary. There's not a book out there, I can tell you. There's not an audio program or a seminar that contains the information on here. When a person just listens to this seminar, I'm virtually reprogramming their brain. And I'll give you an example. If you can imagine a radio, and that radio has a dial. If you want to listen to country western music, you have to dial it to the country western station. If you want to listen to classical music, you have to dial it to that frequency. If you're on the classical frequency, you ain't never getting rock and roll. So if your brain is dialed into poverty frequency, you ain't never getting a lot of money. If your brain is into the screaming, hollering with my mate frequency, you're never going to have peace at home. If your brain is permanently dialed into the I'm alone frequently, you're never going to meet the woman or man of your dreams. So what this does is, as I'm talking, I'm asking you questions so that you find out what you want, and then I actually reprogram it almost for you so that your brain starts dialing in the frequency. That's why the guy who came to the event in the Alps, when I recorded this, he wanted a relationship. And that night, in less than 24 hours, he had met the woman of his dreams, as if by magic. Now, since then, the people that have gone through the live event, without exception, some people have made millions of dollars. Some people have had lucky experiences, almost serendipitous, or amazing coincidences. One guy missed his flight on the way to the airport in Zurich, and then while waiting for his next flight, bumped into somebody. They started a conversation, and now they're business partners in a multi-million-dollar business deal. Things like that. I have lists of all these people that had gone through that live training, and now the people that have bought this at the full price are writing me the same types of letters. So again, if a person calls today, and they have to call today, it's a limited time, I'm going to give them the entire series, Your Wish is Your Command, How to Manifest Your Desires. It's 14 CDs at 70% off. And they're going to get a free $2,000 ticket to a live event so they can meet me personally and ask me questions to make sure that they're using this. And a 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So if they use it, if everything I say doesn't come true, if their life isn't, if they don't feel like they have the genie in Aladdin's lamp granting them their every wish, send it back. And they get a private, personal invitation to join one of the world's most exclusive, elite, private organizations for affluent people, so you can network with people around the world and help you develop wealth.
Now this is a CD set. Why didn't you just write a book?
I am going to write a book, but quite frankly, it's very difficult to write a book. I've written 6 bestsellers. It takes a lot of time to write a book. It's a lot of work. So I recorded this live in the CD series. You actually learn differently from listening to something as you do from reading. So I am going to be coming out with a book, but that won't be till next year. But the CD series is one of the best ways to actually grasp this information.
Now, Kevin, some critics say there's no scientific basis for the law of attraction. It seems like what you've had is anecdotal information, as they say.
Yeah, well, the scientific question is, A, is the brain a transmitter and receiver of frequency? And for years, people said there's no scientific evidence of that. Well, there is now. I mean, sure, Einstein said it, and Thomas Edison said it, and half the billionaires around the world have said it for centuries. It's written in ancient texts. But science said there's no scientific evidence. Now we have it. We have motorized units where paraplegics can put this on their head, and by thought, it'll go to the right, to the left, straight, backwards. There are units now where you put on your head a keypad for people who have no hands. They can think cat, and guess what comes up on the screen? C-A-T. Okay. Wow, you mean thoughts can be transmitted? Because a different thought, yes. We have, like I said, in Sky Mall, the machine you put on your head, by thought, you can move a ball left, right, forwards, and backwards. We now know scientifically that the brain transmits and receives frequency. We also know that those frequencies affect physical matter in the universe at the quantum level. We know that now. It is scientifically proven. The real question is, can you use that to attract into your life what you want? That complete scientific documentation, I think, is coming. But the first 2 elements of the 3 are already proven, so it's just a matter of time before the science catches up with reality.
Why did Henry Ford and others not want people to have it? You know, if I'm wealthy, I'd like other people to be wealthy. I mean, why?
That's not how it works. When you're in Skull and Bones, the secret society, or at the highest levels of Freemasonry, or the Bilderberg Group, or the Trilateral Commission, or the Council on Foreign Relations, or the Brotherhood, like I was a member of, you're basically part of a group that believes we want to keep this information to ourselves. We don't want competition. And so there's a huge divide in America, very controversial, but in America over the last 20 years, the amount of money that the wealthy 1/4% have has gone up 100-fold. And that means it comes from the rest of the group. So there is a bigger divide between the super wealthy and the rest of America. Middle class is going down and the poor are getting hit the hardest. Yeah. So there's this huge divide and it continues to increase. That's one of the reasons why I left the Brotherhood, because I don't think that's fair. I think everyone should have access to this information. If they choose to take it, that's fine. That's why I put this together. It's the first time in history that this information is being released to the general public on a large scale. But guess what? There's people watching this who ain't going to call. Yeah. So that's fine. They can stay in the position they're at, because without this knowledge, I can guarantee them, their life's never going to change.
I think it was Gandhi who said, "You must be the change you'd like to see occur," or something like that. And your friend Brian
Tracy, yeah.
said the same thing. So this is something you believe all people can learn, like playing the piano. You know, some people are better at piano than others.
Yeah, and that's a good example. If you took 100 people and they all started at the same spot, and after a week they took piano lessons, at the end of a week, some people are going to be much better than others in that group based on their talent and ability. But everyone will be better than when they started. So same thing here. Not everyone is going to listen to this and become a millionaire in 24 hours or a week or a month or a year. Not everyone's life is going to change to the same degree as someone else. In this respect, the government loves to use the phrase, individual results will vary.
Yeah.
And I think that's really pretty safe. They always vary.
Yeah.
But when a person goes through this, can everyone learn this? Yes. Can everyone dramatically get better from where they're at? Yes. In my opinion, everyone can do much better than where they are right now. And I believe that there's no place on planet Earth, matter of fact, I know that there's no place on planet Earth you can get the information in the Your Wish is Your Command program. That's why if a person calls now, they have to call today, they get the Your Wish is Your Command 14 CD program, the home study version, at 70% off the regular price. They get a 90-day unconditional guarantee. Go through it. If their life isn't magically changed, if they don't feel like they have Aladdin's lamp and the genie in the bottle, send it back for a full refund. If whatever they want hasn't manifested, if they're not thrilled, they be the judge. Send it back for a full refund. And I'm also going to include a $2,000 free ticket to one of my live events so they can come, meet me personally, ask questions, because I want them to have, be, or do whatever they desire. I believe they can.
All right. Now, you can say, I've got a $2,000 ticket to come to talk to me. Are you all over the country?
Yeah, we're putting on events next year all over the United States. So we'll put on a whole bunch of one-day events. The ticket will be for obviously the one in the closest location. They can go to anyone they want. And I know when they come in, they can ask questions. They can also listen to the other people ask questions too. Right. That live event and network with other folks can be pretty life-changing. But I believe that people who get this program, listen to it, their life, their individual life is going to be different than when they started. And I know the information is just not available anywhere else in any other form. So I would just really encourage people to take advantage of this secret knowledge on how to have, be, or do whatever they want.
All right, Kevin, we have to leave it right there. That's Kevin Trudeau. I'm Skip Lindeman. This has been A Closer Look. Thanks for being with us.
The proceeding was a paid presentation for Your Wish is Your Command.